Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our presentation, our virtual presentation for tonight's meeting. So we'd like to present our school to you. I know some of you are registering your child next year in junior kindergarten. Could be a big step for some of you. Could be the second or third time for others. So permit me to present myself. My name is Mr. Ron. I'm the principal at l'École élémentaire catholique Sainte-Lucie. I've been the principal for approximately 4 years. I'm starting my 4th year here, and it is a fantastic school, so I'm very excited to be able to do this presentation tonight. So the way it's going to work, at the end of the presentation, I will have a chat open. I will put a link in for those of you who are interested in pre-registering. What it means pre-registering just means that I will contact you for individual meetings. So for those of you who have questions, you can ask your questions during the meeting. For those of you who are a little more shy, which is okay, I will reach out to you and you could ask those questions individually. So without further ado, I will start the presentation. So here we go. So our students are pretty proud because last year they were able to participate in making a video. So I'd like to show you our school essentially. So here we go. So like I said, the students are really proud of being in the videos. So are the adults too. So it was quite nice to be able to do so. It's a nice little promotional video. And like we say, welcome to the Sainte-Lucie family. Here's our staff in a picture. And you can tell that our students feel welcomed. And like I said, it's good family atmosphere at our school. So we are a French-speaking, Catholic French-speaking school. We have approximately 260 students at school, give or take. So let me take you on a tour of how the daily routine goes. So we are an early school. The classes start at 8:15, so the children are dropped off the bus at 8 a.m. So they've got a small recess, either the bus or the parents. At 10:15, we've got our first recess for 15 minutes, and they come back inside with the lunch break being at 11:30 to 12:30, and they're back in the class at 12:45, and the end of the day is at 2:35. So either they get back onto the bus or the parents come and pick them up. So also, here's Gedu. Gedu is our mascot. Gedu is it's always very exciting when he comes and visits us. He lives in a small pond right by the school, and we get the occasional visit where he comes to school and visits our children and loves to participate in some of our activities that we have. So it's always very exciting to have Gedu at our school. At school, we're based on 3 values. Our most important values are respect, responsibility, and commitments. Those are values that we try to instill, we try to teach the children to use on a daily basis. And we also have, give me 1 second. Oops. Sorry about that. Just including somebody else into the presentation. So that being said, is that we've got a matrix. So the matrix has the different behaviors based on our 3 values. So if it's either in the schoolyard, in the classroom, during the lunch break, in the hallway, of how to act at school in the right way, but in a positive way. Everything is based in a positive way. So we are based on, the whole system is based on a positive reinforcement. So it's based out of the United States, which is called a PBIS school. We translate it to SCP, Soutien Comportemental Positif. And again, it's how to act well at school and install great values in our children. We also have our anti-bullying program, which is PCI, Programmation contre l'intimidation. It's a stop, walk, and talk program. So we try to give the tools to our children that you can't ignore bullying. I mean, it's around, but how can you deal with it? So right from the get-go in JK, we try to give them the tools to be able to deal with it and to say that they're not alone and that we are there to help them out, to cope with it, and to give them the best strategies possible to be able to deal with that if ever it shows up into their life. What makes us unique? Well, we are a French-speaking school, and we have a French program, so an accelerated French program that we offer at school. The accelerated French program helps our children who have a little harder time speaking French, who do not speak any French, be able to develop a vocabulary and to sustain it at the same time. It's a bilingual preparation for the job markets and elaborating linguistic competence, and they're going to be successful in both languages. So it's pretty amazing to see our kids starting off, the English-speaking kids starting off at the end of August, beginning of September, who hardly speak any French, and after Christmas they come back and they're starting to put sentences, small sentences together. So it's something amazing to see. So our whole day is in French. We are not an emergent school, we are a French school. And the best way to be able to learn the French language is by being submersed in it, being able to speak French on a daily basis. And it's the best way for them to become bilingual citizens. One program that we're very proud is the JABS. The JABS is, the French term is J'aime apprendre en bougeant. So it's based on 3 different interests, student interests, so sports, arts, and sciences. So what happens is that in sports, we've got different activities like swimming, gymnastics, karate, snowshoeing, and it goes hockey, and it goes on and on and on. And for the art program, well, we've tried different things like Zumba, painting, drawing, improv, and again, the list goes on and on. For different sciences, for the sciences, we have different experiences, construction, it could be robotics, different things like that. So we're able to get every child interested in different activities. It's not always paper, pencil. So that way they're learning in different activities. So we're very proud of the JABS. Presently, in the last year, a little over a year, we weren't able to do our JABS, unfortunately, because of the COVID situation. But we're very, very anxious for that to come back as soon as we're able to. Also, we have Spanish classes too, so it's nice to see our little kids in JK who are not only learning French, they're also learning Spanish too. So it's an optional course that students can take. It is after school. Those are details that we will give you next year, but that is an option. So Spanish courses is another option at Sainte-Lucie. Our arts program, very proud of our arts program. I mean, we've got 4 different categories. So visual arts could be drawing, painting, music. Last year, we were able to buy 30 ukuleles. We've also bought 30 xylophones. I think we've got about 12 guitars. We've got pianos and all that. So we'll be able to experiment. Well, your child will be able to experiment as he grows or she grows at Sainte-Lucie, be able to touch and play a little bit of instruments. And it's nice to be able to develop the taste of music. I think it's something from the past that was forgotten, and we're trying to bring it back slowly. So for a child that can read music, you can develop different interests too, especially at high school and post-secondary school level too. So it's pretty interesting. And we also have drama and dance also. We're very proud of our different groups, our teams, because like to participate. We all like to participate, including the adults. So we have our green team, blue team, red team, and yellow. And those are teams to promote the French-speaking language. So every time somebody speaks French at school, well, they get rewarded, they get points, and every student gets to compete in their own clan. So there's a mixture of every clan in every classroom. So I like to go in there because personally, I think the Green Clan is the best, but that's just me because I'm part of the Green Clan. If I speak to Madame Diane or somebody else who's part of the Blue or the Red Clan, well, they say that's the best clan. So it's nice to have all the students participate in that. We're very proud of that. So as you can see with the graph there, at the end of the month is that the students, the winning clan gets rewarded. So again, it encourages our students to speak French. Well, in JK, you get to experiment a little bit with technology in 2022, evidently. I think we got to experience quite a bit in the last couple of years with COVID, with virtual learning and all that. So they got to experiment quite a bit on Chromebooks. At school, we've got something like the Blackboards is something in the past that we're now using smart boards in the classroom, very interactive, and also the iPad. So we're trying to present them the technology, present it to them in a positive way too, and it's not just to play Minecraft or whatever it is, that it's also a learning tool. And the more we're moving on, the more we're realizing that, well, those are part of the education today. So we've got to teach them how to use them, but use them the right way. The other program that we have is that our kids create their own little businesses avec les petits entrepreneurs, which they get to be able to create their business for a day and be able to sell a product or a service. So our older kids are very proud of that. We were able to experience that 2 years ago, and it's something that we're hoping to bring back as quickly as possible after post-COVID, we'll say. But that's something that is quite amazing, because to see what students are able to create on their own and be able to sell a product for a full day or again, sell a service. So it's nice to see the creative aspects of our children. We also have our hockey camp with the Ottawa 67s. So our students get to drive up to Ottawa and train with the coaches of the Ottawa 67s, and also there's some on-ice, off-ice training. They also get to meet the players too at one point. So we're very proud of that program for our hockey. We also have a soccer program with the Impact, the Montreal Impact. Now their names have changed to Le Club de Foot de Montréal. So what's nice about them is that they come to the Benson Center, and same thing again, they get to work with the coaches and they get to play a little bit of soccer too. So that's a nice other little camp and a good partnership that we have with the Ottawa 67 and the Club de Foot de Montréal. And again, as soon as we can, we're going to bring back our school spirit, our school tournaments. Here you've got the girls that are playing volleyball. We have soccer. We have basketball. We're starting track and field. Those are all options that we're going to be able to have shortly. So we're looking forward to having that again. And again, here's another presentation of what our kids have to say. Note that the presentation is in French, although there is a mother that speaks at the end, and she speaks in English. Please take a moment to see this.
Bienvenue à l'école Sainte-Lucie. On va poser des questions suivantes à tous les élèves. Aimes-tu Sainte-Lucie? Voici les réponses! Je rêve à cette école car tous les jours j'apprends des choses différentes et intéressantes. Notre bibliothèque est remplie de livres. Il y a beaucoup d'enseignants extraordinaires. l'école en Alexandre il y a ça. Ce que j'ai aimé est que j'ai fait beaucoup produire pour le grand puis j'ai eu des gros petits blancs.
Ce que j'ai vraiment apprécié du camp de 67, qu'on pouvait rencontrer les joueurs.
Moi, j'ai beaucoup aimé le tournoi de volleyball. Et moi, j'ai aimé le tournoi de soccer. J'aime faire le spectacle de la naissance de Jésus en avant des élèves de l'école. On a beaucoup aimé l'hiver.
I currently have three children at Sainte-Lucie, grade 1, grade 3, and grade 4. I chose Sainte-Lucie because I wanted to give my children a competitive advantage and use French as many doors to their future. I love this school because they help my children French. I don't speak English, my husband speaks French, but my children are all bilingual at such a young age. So I highly recommend Sainte-Lucie because the teachers are amazing. They will work with your children in kindergarten, grade 6. They're always willing to help improve their speaking abilities. So I highly recommend Sainte-Lucie.
For those of you who are questioning, there's a good part of those students who were English-speaking kids whenever they showed up. So it's nice to see the progress they've done. And obviously that was filmed last year. And it's funny to see how much these kids have grown already in such a short period of time, as you will notice next year when your child starts in JK and at the end of JK. We usually notice it after Christmas whenever they come by, and all of a sudden you're like, did you grow? And literally grew already, so it's nice to see. So we're really excited to have that. So I'm just going to wrap it up and give you a little bit more information on our what we have to offer. So obviously we're offering a hot meal 5 days a week. So we've got a partnership with Subway and also Boston Pizza with a different variety on the menu that you're able to pick and choose from month to month. Now, if you're a parent who decides that, well, I don't want to make lunches on Fridays, there's pizza available, well, you can just choose that. You got to pick 5 days, no days, 2 days. It is entirely up to you. We offer milk and chocolate milk 5 days a week. And on Thursdays, we sell popcorn too. We have a healthy snack program at school. So every class is equipped with a basket filled with fruits and goodies, all healthy snacks. Could either be yogurt or whatnot. So, and we are a nut-free school. Les Amis du Cerf, so that's our partner, the daycare partner, the before and after school program. Last year they were called CRFE. This year they've changed their name to Les Amis du Cerf. So if you are in need of daycare, the before and after school program, the contact information is there. And do know that this presentation is being recorded, so you can always go back and get the information necessary. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call us at school. It'll be our pleasure to be able to guide you as we go on. So daycare is offered starting 6 a.m. and is available all the way down to 6 p.m. So the before and after school program is available for your children too. The other thing is that you have is the CTSC. CTSC is the orange bus, the yellow bus, I should say, the yellow bus. So you've got to register for that. It's not done automatically. So usually when I have my one-on-one meeting with all the families, I always say within 24 hours when you have coffee the next morning, you're thinking about everything, just be able to register your child right away. And then again, I will give you all that information during our meeting. Typical things that we need to start off the school year is obviously a backpack. With no wheels. Kids have tendencies to roll them and the other kids trip over them. Also have, they'll be requiring, they'll be requiring a lunchbox and indoor and outdoor shoes also. We are a very secure school, so every elementary school, the doors are locked everywhere. So that being said, is that all visitors must sign in and check in with the secretary before setting foot into the school. The one thing about COVID that brought is that, unfortunately, no parents are allowed in the school. Unfortunately, unless they tell us differently, is that we usually have individualized visits in the school where we go to visit all the classrooms and kids get a goodie bag. Fortunately, we can't do that. We weren't able to do that the last couple of years, but hopefully this year we'll be able to do that. But if not, we do still prepare the goodie bag. We invite the kids to come to school and be able to at least pick up their goodie bag. So that's what it is. I know maybe some of you parents are probably feeling like this. If it's your first child going to school, do not worry about it. You're not alone. For those of you who are returning, you might still feel this way, but let us give you a typical day in JK. It's very simple. You're looking at an assembly. You can have activities in the morning, learning how to read, a healthy snack at one point. Then you have recess. They come back in. Well, they may be working a little bit of math, learning how to count. And after that, they've got the lunch program, the recess. They come back in. They've got story time and the rest period. The rest period, some of the students sleep. Some of the students don't. So we keep them busy in the meantime. And they've got different learning centers. So essentially, that's the typical day in a JK classroom. You'll be learning in small groups, large groups. You'll be learning global motor skills and be working with technology, like I said earlier on, with the smart board and the Chromebooks, all based on exploration, different types of games, discovery, socializing with their peers, and creating also. We are based with the curriculum, the Ontario curriculum. You will have 2 adults in the classroom with 16 students or more. So you'll have a teacher and an early childhood educator, all based on language development, art initiation, physical activities initiation, learning through play in different learning centers, and independent exploration also. For communication, we do still use occasional communication books, but everything is going a little bit more 2022. We're looking a little bit more towards emails, and the information we'll be sending you 3 times a year through our report cards. All the information, all our letters will be sent through email. So, and we've also become a cashless school. So the program platform called Le Guichet Virtuelle will give you all that information next year to be able to register for that, because you'll be able to pay through that. You'll be able to sign permission slips, and you'll get all your communication. So if I'm writing a letter to the parents now, it goes through that platform now. And we also send at the end of the month, the monthly calendar for the following month. So you'll see all the activities. And I'm an old school guy. When I need my calendar on the fridge to see what's going on with my kids, well, I know on Thursday that's what's going on. So it's very visual. So whenever you're making the lunches in the morning or the night before, you see that all the extra activities, we will advise you with a separate letter too. And we also invite you to go to our website to go see a little bit more things. And also our Facebook page, where you're going to see plenty of activities that we do. We've been doing this year and in the past years also. How How to prepare your child? Well, if you're an English-speaking family, I think the main thing is to start speaking French to them as much as possible. You can have a little 15-minute break, and for those parents who don't speak any French, that's okay. They're learning, you can learn at the same time too, and it's very important to try to read or have somebody read to them in French. I think to be able to have your child succeed in French is by having your support. We can't do it all on our own. We need your support to be able to help us out at that point too. And also initiation, a great way is to be able to watch French TV shows. If you're watching Paw Patrol, for example, at home, there's nothing stopping you from Netflix and just changing and putting on the French side, or just picking one show and throwing it in French too, so that way they're getting hooked and they're just hearing the vocabulary. So whenever they get to school, it's not going to be the first time they hear the vocabulary. So we encourage the parents to play games with them in French, just to explore the French language and to embrace it too. I mean, you're choosing to send your child to a French school. We're just asking for a little bit of support on your end, which is perfect. Now that's the end of my presentation. Let me just go back to my screen here. And it's the question period. As you can see in the chat, now the form that I put in there takes you straight to the website, and that's a pre-registration form. That gives us your information, which allows us to be able to contact you. Once you register and you send us the information, we're able to set up an individualized meeting. So for the parents who are not at ease about asking that question that you think that everybody's feeling, but you feel like you're the only person, I'll be more than happy to address those questions. And there are no silly questions. I understand how difficult it is to be able to send your firstborn to school. And it's not your firstborn, it might be your second, your third child. You still have those questions. It'll be my pleasure to be able to guide you with that. That individualized meeting, we'll be able to look over the registration forms together. Now, for some of you, we might go through a different type of admission where we have to do an admission committee, which is okay. We just have to work with that. We just meet the superintendent, and she'll pretty much will ask you, well, why are you choosing a French school? Well, I wanted my child to be bilingual or whatnot, which is fine too. So it'll be my pleasure to be able to answer those questions individually. So like I said, once you register, I'll contact you and we'll set up a face-to-face meeting. Unfortunately, we can't have the in-person meeting, which we love doing. We'll be able to start that up, and another day we'll invite your child to come up and pick up his goodie or her goodie bag at school at one point. So thank you very much for being present this evening. Now, if some of you have any questions, you can either turn your mic on or lift a little hand up at the bottom here that you can press. It'll be my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much. Again, if there are any questions, we are available. Please contact us. Send us an email, call us, leave us a message, and it'll be our pleasure to be able to speak with you and answer any of those questions you may have. So thank you very much for being present tonight. We're very proud of our school and our big family. So have yourself a good night. Again, don't hesitate. Take care. Merci beaucoup. Merci, Ryan.